Hey guys, so finally happened. Last night I was laying in bed, going through my computer, and I was looking at some dates on my phone's calendar, and I kept scrolling to see what holiday yesterday was, which turns out it wasn't a holiday, but several people I talked to yesterday believed that it was a holiday, and obviously it wasn't. So, anyways, so as I'm looking through and I'm scrolling through all the calendar and all the different days and stuff, I get to November, and the Apple calendar just has like little dots for what it is. Now, it didn't even cross my mind that what I was clicking on was my birthday. So I click on that, and it said Eddie's 38th birthday. And I just started laughing. So I was like, wait. And I was like, okay, this is 2009. I was like, this can't be right. I was like, 38? I'm not 30. I'm not 37. I just turned 36 last year. I didn't. I turned 37. And I told my wife this. I was like, yeah, I just turned 36, didn't I? I'm like, I still feel like I'm in my early 30s sometimes. When I say, there's things that I say sometimes where I'm like, oh, this guy who's doing this and that, and he's only like a couple of years older than me, probably 36 or 37. I thought of this morning, last night, as I was going to sleep, and this morning as I woke up, I'm not 36 anymore. I'm 37, and so whenever I talk about people being a couple of years older than me, and I say, oh, they're 36 or 37, like, that's not true. Like, I'm that age. I'm not 34. I'm not 33. Like, which is how I feel sometimes. I'm 37. I will be 38 this year, and in 2 years I will be 40 years old. Now, this morning, as I was looking back at that, I was thinking back. At 37, like, I was 19 years old when my dad was 37, and that just kind of hit me a little hard. I need to do something. Sometimes I feel like I haven't done much with my life. For the longest time, I just kind of been cruising around, just going with the flow. I've done so many things, which is cool because I have a lot of different experiences. But I haven't, for a long time, until very recently, I haven't focused on just one thing. Instead, I've been thinking, well, I can do this, I can do that. It's all just been fun. And thankfully, my wife has a really good job, and she's really cool and very supportive of me doing what I like to do, what I want to do. But I think it finally gets to a place where you realize that you have to do something about your life, and you have to take a specific direction. And whatever direction that is, you have to just jump in and just go, and don't look back. It happens all the time around here. We just moved to a new city. We actually live in Salinas, California. We go to Monterey all the time, which is down the street from there. And the one thing that I've noticed about people here is that they are not quite used to using roundabouts when they're driving. So it annoys the heck out of me when I'm driving and I'm behind this driver, and they're about to go in this turnabout, and they enter the turnabout, and then they stop to let another car in. And I'm like, that's not the point. The point of it is once you're in it, you go around and you get out, and you have the right of way if you're there, right? And then there are those people, but then there are people like that go in and they're not quite sure where to get out. And instead of going all the way around, because you can do that, you could go all the way around if you miss your exit, they stop and try to decide, should I get off here? Should I go straight? Should I go around to the another turn? And like that can cause a lot of accidents, right? So I feel the same way, like in with my life, and I don't know if anybody can relate to this. Maybe not. Maybe I'm the only one, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. So in my life, I've come to this turnabout so many times where I'm like, okay, I can get out in this exit, or I can go to the next one, or I can go around again from where I came back from, where I was coming from. But so often happens that I just keep going around and around and around, and I just can't decide. And for most of my life, not being able to make a solid decision right away has been what's held me back from doing so many things. I tell you what, I wouldn't be where I am right now if I wasn't so indecisive. And granted, I have a great life. I have a great wife. I love her. I love our life together. I love what we get to do. But in so many ways, I do wish that my life was different. And specifically, my personal development life, my financial life on my own, my career, my business life. Like I had this video production business for years. The first professional video I made was in 2008. It's over 10 years later, and in 2018, I was still struggling to get it off the ground. That's 10 years. Now, granted, I haven't been doing it full time since 2008. I've had other jobs, and for the longest time I thought, well, I can't quit my full-time job because I need to have this income so that I can pay my bills. And what if my video production business doesn't work out? Now, if I would have taken, I made great money. I'm an electrician by trade. I was a journeyman electrician for years. I was running job sites. I was doing service work. I was making other people a lot of money. But what if I had, when I was in my 20s, when it was easy to fail, what if I had just taken all that energy and placed it on my own business? My life right now, my professional life right now would be so much different. I think I would be happier. I am happy, like I said, I am happy where I am, but I think I would be happier with my accomplishments up to this point. And like that's great and all, and it would have been cool. Now that I turn, that I know that I'm 37 and not 36, not 35, not 34, I have to make a decision where I can either dwell on the stuff that didn't happen, or I can move forward. And I can make that choice that from now on, anytime I come to that turnabout, I am going to make the quick decision to go into the first exit that seems right for me. That seems right for my family. That seems right for my career. That seems right for my business. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, I know that it didn't work out, and I can go back around and take the next exit. And I think that's something that I need to learn how to do. I think that's something that a lot of people need to learn how to do. And I don't know, like it's shifted my whole way of thinking. And granted, that's been happening for several months now, since last year. But that moment last night when I was just laying in bed, looking through my phone, working on my computer, realizing that, hey, I'm going to be 40 in just a couple of years. Something needs to change right away. I need to stop being very, what do you call it? I need to start being more aggressive with my goals. I need to start being more aggressive with what I do and how I reach my goals and how I reach people. I need to be very selective, which I have been for a while now, but I have to be very selective on the type of work that I do, who I work with, and who I socialize with, and who I want to be around with. Because like Tim Ferriss says, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? So who are those 5 people? I need to make sure that those 5 people that I spend the most time with, and it doesn't have to be 5, it can be, you know, whatever amount of people you spend the most time with, it needs to be people that lifts you up. It needs to be people that pushes you to be better. And it has to be people that you learn something from. And in return, it has to be people that you can unload some of your knowledge to, so that they can benefit from that relationship as well.